Hey friends, it's Jeannie. I'm back today with a fun outer space card featuring both Penguin Palace and Inkon3 products for a collaboration in celebration of Penguin Palace's 3rd birthday. I am using the Penguin Palace Stencil 360 starter kit, which is huge but very cool, along with the Let's Meet IRL stamp and die set, the Starry spiral stencil set, along with the Inkon3 Atelier inks. So let's talk about the starter kit. There is a base ring, which all the accessory pieces will fit into. I put the base ring on top of my Tonic Studios magnetic crafters platform so I can use the magnets to hold it in place. Then I choose my paper positioner ring. There's a couple of sizes that you can choose from, and you pick the paper positioner ring based on the card base that you want to use. I am using an A2 size card today, and I'll add repositionable tape on my platform so I can hold my card panel down. Then you remove that positioner ring, and then you pick the matching guide ring for the specific stencil size you are using. Today I am using an 8-inch stencil, so I picked that one out and I taped it down with some washi just to hold it in place so I don't have to worry about it. Then you'll insert the stencil in the middle that you're choosing to use, and today I am using that Starry spiral stencil, and I put it first in the 12 o'clock position. There's a little heart on the top, and that lets you know where the 12 o'clock position is. For the stenciling, once I finish the first position, I will move and shift it to the next position. And for this particular stencil, I did the 12 o'clock, 1:30, and then 3 o'clock. There's little positions on the base ring, so it lets me know which one I'm going to shift it to. So because I started with the solid heart, I just moved it to the next solid heart and so forth. And for this particular stencil, it actually comes with 2 pieces, but I decided just to use one because I didn't want it super busy, because of course the more stencil action that you have on your card, the more crowded it gets. For my card base today, I decided to use black cardstock, and I am inking up this stencil using Sharktooth Atelier ink because it is a white pigment ink on black cardstock. Usually if you are using black cardstock, colored inks don't show up on it because it's black. By creating a base layer of white underneath and then putting color on top, you're able to get that subtle color peeking through. For my first set of colors, after I went through the entire stencil with the Sharktooth white, I used Sweet Petunia pink, then I used Marigold orange, a bee sting yellow, and then Goddess green. So I went through the colors because I was thinking I wanted to do the colors of the rainbow, and it just ended up on green because that finished the cycle for the stencil. It's super subtle and you can't really tell the colors in it, but they do show up. And that's exactly what I wanted because I wanted a very subtle background, but then I didn't want to have to ink blend a starry sky and then put stars on top and have that color peek through. I didn't want to do heat embossing, and so I really just wanted to start with that black cardstock. Once I have my background ready, I decided that I needed some additional stars. So I used my Sharktooth and kind of smushed it on my glass mat and then added a little bit of water so I could create a liquid to splatter all over my background. And I really love how it looks. I just love splatter. I have this box that I use from old packaging and I splatter a lot. Next, I want to focus on my images, so I pulled out a bunch of images that I wanted to use for my card, and I'm stamping it out using Inkon3's Blackout Ink, which is a Copic-friendly ink, because I will be coloring them up with Copic markers today. So I decided that although there are a lot of cute characters in this set, I wanted to focus on that alien in the spaceship and pick accompanying items for him to be floating in space with. So I picked a few planets and some asteroids and a rocket. These images are a bit small, so you can color them up really quickly. And if you follow me, you know I love coloring with dimension, so I always use 3 Copic markers in most cases. I couldn't help myself. I just had to have that dimension because I just don't know how to color any other way. Anyway, this alien is super cute because he's just in his little spaceship, and I really wanted him to be the focal point of the card. The stencil actually has the pattern ends up with a circle of stars right in the middle, and that's exactly where he's gonna go. So that was my plan. Really quick, there is an Instagram hop over on Instagram. I'll leave my handle down below, but we are doing a hop with Penguin Palace's design team and Inkon3's design team for their birthday celebration. Penguin Palace is a smaller company. I don't know if you've heard of them, but I was on their design team in their first year or so, and they have super cute stamp sets, and they've just started with this stencil. I think they've had it for about a year or so. I just hadn't had the chance to use it, and I'm really excited that I was able to do so, and you'll probably see a few more projects with me using it because it's actually pretty cool. It's something so nifty and you don't really see it. Like there's maybe one similar product out there, but it's pretty unique, and I think it's really fun because you can manipulate the card sizes that you want to use, and then you can use that to create multiple cards at a time, which is really awesome. I love when I can do card sets like that. Make sure you stop by Instagram for that hop for a chance to win a gift card to both of the stores. Inkon3 is having a new release soon, and it'll be for the holidays. They have cool stuff, and they've started coming out with the mini Atelier inks, which I really love because I just don't have a lot of space in my craft space. So I usually prefer the mini inks, and anytime I can have the mini inks over the full-size inks, I actually prefer that because it takes up less space. So I decided that these asteroids would be also colorful. I went with purple and pink, and I guess that's just what I wanted to go with, which kind of matches my background because I did use pink with the stars. Once I have my coloring done, I went ahead and used the die cuts to die cut everything out. And if you know me, I tend to love fussy cutting a lot more because it doesn't have that white outline, and I do fix that because I didn't like how it looked against my black cardstock. So I went ahead and stamped out my sentiment because I'll be using that, and I wanted to kind of place all my items out for the card. As you can see with the die cuts, I didn't love that white outline, so I just went in with my black Copic marker. I believe it's the number 100, and I just colored that white outline area, and now everything blends in and it looks like I fussy cut everything, which I didn't. So if you don't love that white outline either, this is a quick trick that you can do so everything looks super cohesive. It just looks cool. Like it looks like you fussy cut or you actually stamped the items right on the cardstock, but you didn't. Anyway, so I put everything together, I placed everything where I wanted to, and I went in with liquid glue and glued everything down. So this card was really quick and simple and easy to make once I got my stencil set up. And the starter kit kind of just allows you to make multiple cards at the same time. So I could have created multiple card bases, which I actually did. I have a few other card bases that I'll use for future cards. But yeah, so it's just really fun to do, and you can create different patterns. So be sure to check out all the different stencils. I think it's a really innovative kit to have in your collection, especially since stencils are so hot right now because they are just generally cheaper than stamps and dies and background sets like that. This card ended up so cute because the focus is definitely on that alien in the spaceship, and I just adore it. I have the sentiment stamped on white because I wanted it to pop on my card base, and to make it pop just a little bit more, I decided to mat it on silver to kind of match the gray asteroids that I colored in. I'm just adhering it to my silver cardstock with double-sided adhesive, and I think that that really just finishes off the card. I think if I didn't mat it, it would look a little boring. I don't know. I just love a good matted card panel. That's just me. I decided also to go in to add a few more white dots because sometimes when I do the splatter, I just kind of stop myself because I don't want to go too crazy. And at this point, I already glued everything down and I can't splatter on top of the images. So my additional trick is just to go in with a white gel pen. Super easy, and it helps fill in the areas that I want to fill in. That is it for my card for today. I hope you enjoy it, and remember to stop by Instagram to leave a comment for a chance to win a gift card. So I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!